Hi and welcome to Select 10. In this video, I have listed top 10 best sci-fi web series, which will mess up with your mind by its mind-bending concepts and unique storylines. And watch full video to avoid missing any suggestion. Now let's get into the video. On number 10. The Mandalorian. After the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. The story follows the journey of a lone gunfighter who goes on many surprising and risky adventures in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. And you can watch this series on Disney+. On number 9. C.
We are family. We are one. We fight as one.
The series stars Jason Momoa as Boba Voss. And the story is set far in a future where humankind has lost the ability to see and is forced to interact in new ways, but later, a set of twins with sight is born, challenging the survival of their tribes. And this show is available to watch on Apple TV. On number 8. WESTWORLD.
Welcome to WESTWORLD. No orientation. All our hosts are here for you.
The story of the WESTWORLD is set in an exclusive theme park where those who can afford a ticket can live without limits. Also, the visitors of the park interact with robots called hosts, created by partners Arnold Webber and Robert Ford. The hosts allow guests to live out their fantasies without harming humans in the park. However, all hell breaks loose when the robots begin malfunctioning. And this show is available on HBO Max and on Disney+ in some countries. On number 7. Dark Matter.
What happened?
Who are you?
How did I get on board?
What is this place?
This series is set in the dystopian 27th century, where 6 people wake up on a deserted spaceship with no memory of who they are or what they're doing there. They reluctantly team up and set off to find answers with the help of a female android. The only clue to their identities is a cargo bay full of weaponry and a destination set to a remote mining colony that is about to become a war zone. With no idea whose side they are on, they face a deadly decision. And this series is available to watch on Netflix. On number 6. The Expanse. Hundreds of years in the future, things are different after humans have colonized the solar system. And Mars has become an independent military power. Rising tensions between Earth and Mars have put them on the brink of war. Against this backdrop, a hardened detective and a rogue ship's captain come together to investigate the case of a missing young woman. The investigation leads them on a race across the solar system that could expose the greatest conspiracy in human history. And you can watch this series on Amazon Prime Video. On number 5. The 100.
It's been 97 years since a nuclear apocalypse killed everyone on Earth.
The series is set 97 years after a nuclear war, which has destroyed the entire civilization. And humanity's lone survivors sends 100 teens back to Earth in a spaceship in hopes of possibly repopulating the planet. The teens arrives on Earth, which they have only seen from space. Confronting the dangers of this rugged new world, they struggle to form a community. However, they discover that not all humanity was wiped out. There are people on Earth who survived the war and called themselves grounders. And you can watch this series on Netflix. On number 4. Colony.
Husbands separated from wives, parents from children.
The series begins when an alien force intrudes a colony in Los Angeles. Colony is a naturalistic drama about a family that's torn by opposing forces and makes difficult decisions while staying together with surviving the struggle of the human race. Set in the near future, the story takes place in Los Angeles, which exists in a state of occupation by a force of outside intruders. Some people choose to collaborate with the authorities and benefit from the new order, while others rebel and suffer the consequences. This series is available on Netflix. On number 3. Star Trek Discovery.
The Klingon Empire has been in disarray for generations.
The series begins roughly 10 years before the events of Star Trek original series, as Commander Michael Burnham recklessness starts a war between the United Federation of Planets and the Klingon Empire. Later she is court-martialed, demoted, and reassigned to the Starship Discovery, which is a unique secret means of propulsion, known as the Spore Drive. After an adventure in the Mirror Universe, the crew of Discovery helps end the Klingon War, with a twist in the end. And this series is available on Netflix. On number 2. Altered Carbon.
We transfer the human consciousness between bodies to live eternal life.
Set in a future where consciousness is digitized and stored in cortical stacks implanted in the spine, allowing humans to survive physical death by having their memories and consciousness re-sleeved into new bodies. A prisoner returns to life in a new body and must solve a mind-bending murder to win his freedom. The story follows specially trained envoy soldier Takeshi Kovacs, who is downloaded from an off-world prison into a combat-ready sleeve at the behest of Lawrence Bancroft, a wealthy businessman. Bancroft was killed, and the last automatic backup of his stack was made hours before his death, leaving him with no memory of who killed him and why. While police ruled it a suicide, Bancroft is convinced he was murdered and wants Kovacs to find out the truth. On number 1. Dark. The story begins in 2019, but later grows to include 1986 and 1953 via time travel, when members of the four families become aware of a wormhole in the cave system beneath the local nuclear power plant. Later secrets are revealed concerning connections between four estranged families about a sinister time travel conspiracy which spans several generations. And their lives begin crumbling as their ties are exposed. The conspiracy involves the missing children and the history of the town and its citizens. And you can watch this show on Netflix. That's it for today. Do subscribe my channel if you like this suggestions. And thank you for watching this video.